There's a player that will be not talking anymore in the Champions League. And I never thought this was going to happen in such a short notice, in such a short time. We're friends, Benson, and this happened, man. You will have a top 3 player in the MLS in the Ballon d'Or. That's mad. That's mad, Brenton. How'd you feel? How'd you feel?
I wouldn't say vindicated. I do agree with you that getting Leo Messi to Inter Miami this quickly is shocking. I thought, and I think it's a massive moment for Major League Soccer, because this is one of those things where everyone came together. Everyone. This is where it's good that MLS operates as something called a single entity structure, because everybody, all 29 clubs, are going to be subsidizing essentially the salary, the $50 million that's been reported, guaranteed salary of Leo Messi. Not only that, corporate sponsors and league sponsors, Adidas, they're going to be giving him a cut of jersey sales. Apple is going to be giving him a cut of new subscriptions to the MLS season pass. The Inter Miami might be giving him equity ownership, but he's going to get a Beckham-like deal where he might have his pick of the litter when it comes to a franchise in the future in a closed circuit league that allows market values of clubs to be astronomical, because why? There's no relegation. So the fact that they tidied this up and they appealed to his desire to build the game while also being maybe mildly out of the limelight, at the timing that they did with the 2026 World Cup coming up, it is gonna go down as possibly the biggest shift in MLS history, in maybe American football history,
100%.
next to when Beckham came in 2007. No more maybe. Yeah,
100%.
I should say it.
Messi going to the MLS is the most important transfer ever in MLS history. And the second is Beckham. Why? Because it led to this one. The second is Beckham, just because. But Beckham, phenomenal entrepreneur. He gets in 5 years $255 million. He acquires Inter Miami for only $25 million, and now they're potentially valued over $1 billion with Lionel Messi now joining in.
Absolutely,
they have more followers than Miami Heat on Instagram already. Messi is going to change the culture of sports in the United States of America.
It should.
Football has landed. Football has landed in America. No more Kylie Jenner. No more LeBron James. It's Lionel Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe with all this, they never know. But it's Lionel Messi, the protagonist now of soccer or football transition now in the States.
And here's the reality of the team that he joins, right? Inter Miami just fired Phil Neville as their coach. Phil Neville then went and joined, not even as a head coach, he joined as an assistant coach, the Canadian national team coaching setup, okay? They are dead last. They just lost big last night. And they've got a lot of work to do. But Lionel Messi,
Tata Martino, right?
What was that? Yeah, Tata Martino might be coming in. But Lionel Messi, when it comes down to it, this is maybe a shot across the bow. I told you previously that there would be a relaxing of the purse strings, right? They would allow the purse strings to be opened as we get prepared for 2026 World Cup, because everyone here is insanely realistic, for the most part, about the trajectory. You can't buy your way to world clout. You can't buy your way to you can't buy a heritage, right? Yep. And when it comes to footballing heritage, the rest of the world has like 100 years on us. Okay?
The league,
and exactly, the league, exactly. And when it comes down to it, Lionel Messi is invested in what should be a upward trajectory that I hope doesn't go too fast, too quick. But we should definitely start to see, beyond Messi at 35 years old or 36 when he takes the field for them, beyond Messi, we should start to see the 25-year-olds start coming in. We should see more Miguel Almirons, more, but like 10 of them. Okay, and all of these franchises are now lifted by this. They're all united by it. And, I just can't believe that at some point, right down the way here, a couple miles away from me, at Subaru Park, we might see Lionel Messi kicking it around with some of our academy graduates that I don't know, that
You're
are
gonna see
17
it.
years old right
You're
now.
gonna see it.
It's going to be amazing. I'm gonna get I gotta get my press pass back. That's what I gotta do. I gotta go get my press pass back. And
You can't believe it, man.
I was there. I was there in 2007 when David Beckham came into this league. I had a press pass back then. Okay, I was writing for the New York Red Bulls, and I watched one of the best games ever. And the ground floor, it was 5-4 was the end game. 17-year-old Josie Altidore scored the winner in that game. It was in front of 75,000 people at the Meadowlands. And I remember I was so shocked at being able to just walk up to David Beckham and ask him questions. That is not going to happen anymore in Major League Soccer. Major League Soccer is moving into the media stratosphere. Nowhere close to the Premier League, nowhere close to any of the other big leagues just yet. But we will be growing exponentially from here on out.
A lot needs to change. And you're mentioning from 2007, one of the biggest problems, I'm going to say, in the MLS is the wage structure. You got Shaqiri getting $7 million, finessing the league.
Of course.
Okay?
Yeah.
But you gotta solve this because Inter Miami with Lionel Messi has the pull to attract the biggest players that want to play with him. I believe Di Maria, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, Palacios, all of them would consider going to the MLS. And all at the same time too. So the MLS has to solve the wage cap. I know it just can't happen with Lionel Messi there. That's the first.
But that's the kind of, we have to see what happens with Messi before you can just say bring him in, because that brings in, I love Busquets, I love Luis Suarez. I know they've got more energy left on their legs and that they're better than the majority of our MLS players here. But when it comes down to it, I don't want 37-year-olds in this league unless they're Lionel Messi. Right? I want Busquets, fine, okay, but I feel that we can start to attract the stepping stone. I want like an Alan Varela from Boca Juniors. I want the young 23, 24 that are chomping at the bit to play in the same league as Lionel Messi, chomping at the bit to take advantage of the infrastructure that MLS offers, even if the footballing heritage is catching up and growing and growing and growing. But all this is leading up to the 2026 World Cup.
But
so,
I think
I hope so.
the curveball that I think you're not thinking about, it's imagine if there was internet at the time the New York Cosmos existed. Right now, the MLS would be in a very different point that they are right now. And the way I see it is they have to attract these big names like Di Maria. There's no scrub. Di Maria would literally land and be one of the best wingers in the MLS. And he would be happy to play in Inter Miami. And it's all about Messi's happiness. What's going to be the image in all this? Zlatan arrived in the MLS and he won the league. Will Lionel Messi do so? If that happens, will it bring even more fans? It will. So I do think they will try to assemble a top team next to him. But I can't understand you with the wage. But I think it has to change again.
A lot of it is a product of me growing up with this league and seeing the pits and the pitfalls of building this league and trying to see it reach validity, reach worldwide acceptance, I guess. So a lot of me is definitely being cautious with that because I don't want to open it up to the point where you've got a bunch of billionaire owners that are in this league that are ready to spend if you give them the go-ahead. But you want to do it in concert. There's a chicken before the egg conversation, right? You want to do it. You can't spend it all and then expect everybody to watch it, right? And I'm going to make a bold statement here. Lionel Messi, in his time in Major League Soccer, will not win an MLS Cup.
I believe he can. And I believe he will.
He can. But I'm just going to say that based on the parity in this league, I don't think Lionel Messi is going to win. Okay, there's been, it's like something like 11 MLS champions in the last 17 years. It's impressive how they've been able to do that. And that is kind of an American thing. A different team wins the Super Bowl, except when Tom Brady's around. A different team wins the World Series pretty much every year. A different team, they all spend a lot, but the salary cap is a tough it's a tough pill to swallow for a bunch of owners that have just as much push and pull financially as the rest of the world's owners. And there's a reason why there's so many American owners buying and snapping up clubs in the Premier League, in Ligue 1, in Serie A now. They're all over the place, and they're going to continue, kind of like Saudi Arabia and Qatar and, you know, some other places. They're going to continue to do that. Why? Because they're great investments. They're great investments, the way football. So, I don't know, man. We're going to be talking about this a lot, but just the thought of Lionel Messi, you know, walking down South Beach. He's had a property since 2021. I think he bought like a $9 million house down there. They love Miami. It is the Latino capital, essentially, of the United States. South America, Central America, everything comes to this crossroads in Miami, in Florida. It is a beautiful, beautiful place, and they're going to build a stadium, and he's in for hopefully a very happy period of his life.
I think, too, Miami is the city that he chose because that's his favorite city, reports said. It's Barcelona and Miami, his two favorite cities in the world. So Beckham had his pitch real easy with Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
But I wanted my last mention with Messi, with this Messi transfer, is the biggest winners of Messi going to the MLS and to the United States is Adidas. Nike dominates US with LeBron, Michael Jordan, with Cristiano Ronaldo, Mbappe, but Adidas with Lionel Messi. This is a bomb, especially before the World Cup too. Adidas went bold, and they're even paying a bit of his salary. It's the Apple subs, and it's the jersey sales with the 50 million paying Inter Miami. I think that will be more than 100 million. I think the site crashed after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes.
Every Inter Miami away game also is already basically sold out. Okay, Inter Miami will be here not even 2 weeks from today, and Lionel Messi's not playing, and yet people were making the sites crash trying to get tickets, which makes no sense because Lionel Messi will not be here then, right? It is going to have a profound effect on the commercial level. For sure, for Major League Soccer. And it won't take long for them to recoup whatever value. And let's be honest, what they've given him is not just $1.5 billion spread over 3 years in cash. They gave him equity ownership. They gave him a reason to want to be an ambassador for the league beyond. They've already set him up for his playing days when his playing days are over. He can stay in Miami. He can be an ambassador, much like Pele was for the NASL, which then had a very sad, quick death. But MLS is trying to have the staying power, but at the same time, they're trying to bring in and to become as relevant as possible without just throwing cash at people. And I think Lionel Messi, I love that he made a quick decision. I love that he basically said, this is it. This is where my family is going to be comfortable.
He said no to Barca. Tell us down below your thoughts about the Messi transfer. And if you want more topics just like this, put down below a topic and we will be reacting in the podcast. Like this video, people.